Hey guys, welcome to Boxing Squad for boxing news and views from around the internet. This is the post-fight review for the Michael Hunter and Sergey Kuzmin fight. Very good performance by Michael Hunter, who decisions Sergey Kuzmin 117-110 on all the judges' scorecards. This fight featured a knockdown in round 5. I'll get to that action, but it really was a dominant performance overall by Michael Hunter, who really took away Sergey Kuzmin's power punching, especially the right hand. Never allowed Kuzmin into the fight. The first round, pretty competitive stuff, and that could have gone either way. But after that, it started to become all Michael Hunter, just really outworking Sergey Kuzmin, not allowing him to set his feet, and Kuzmin himself couldn't really cut off the ring. Michael Hunter, through his volume and activity, he was punching well in combination, really was doing enough to just rack up round after round after round, and the fight sort of heated up a bit in the 5th, with Hunter dropping Kuzmin as they were trading punches. A left hand hits the mark, as you can see here on screen, and Kuzmin, he is down, but he doesn't look seriously hurt. And I did know after the fight was over and Hunter was being interviewed in the post-fight interview, he did say he thought he could get him out of there, and the ringside interviewer also thought the same thing. But I didn't think Hunter looked seriously hurt. Rather, it was a bit of a flash knockdown. He was caught with a good punch, he was down, but he didn't look like he was going to be taken out, and he was able to navigate his way through the round steadily enough. And I've got to say, the sort of rounds, particularly rounds 7 to about 10, it just kind of felt like Michael Hunter was sleepwalking towards a win. There wasn't too much urgency from Sergey Kuzmin. It seemed to be mostly round after round of the same thing. Hunter utilizing movement, utilizing his speed advantages, utilizing the reach advantage that he had. Hunter was able to he was just all over Sergey Kuzmin, who was unable to really fire too many shots in anger and wasn't really landing much of note. Kuzmin in rounds 11 and 12 tried to step it up, and I think I gave him round 12 because he was more aggressive, he was landing a few more shots, but Hunter was navigating his way to see out the round and obviously take the decision. The first time Michael Hunter has gone 12 rounds as a heavyweight, but overall, very slick, very confident performance by Michael Hunter. Sure, there were some things he could have done a bit better, but overall, he punched well in combination. He managed the range well for the most part. The movement that he was giving Kuzmin just gave him fits, gave Kuzmin all sorts of issues, as did, his reach advantage. It proved vital in this fight. Kuzmin falling short a lot, especially with the left hook. He was outworking Kuzmin. The foot speed, the hand speed advantages, they proved key in this fight, and there were some parallels to the Martin Bakole fight, where Bakole never really got into that fight, never was able to display the sort of punching prowess and what he can do, and Kuzmin similar. He really didn't allow Kuzmin into the fight, didn't allow him to set his feet. Kuzmin finding a lot of fresh air, finding, Hunter's gloves or, just cuffing him, nothing really clean and flush. I think there was maybe half a dozen moments in the fight where Sergey Kuzmin landed some decent punches where it was eye-catching work. Hunter, he wasn't landing everything clean, but he was just landing more of it. He was racking up the rounds behind the activity, and Kuzmin, overall, he looked one-dimensional, predictable, not enough combination punching. The jab fell away after the opening couple of rounds. He was smothering his own work when he was coming to the inside, and he couldn't cut off the ring, and that really was key to allowing Michael Hunter he was swiveling off to his left or his right at will, and especially circling away from Sergey Kuzmin's right hand early on. He was really trying to, he was wary and he was respectful of Kuzmin's power and the right hand, and he was able to nullify that advantage of Kuzmin's, and ultimately a very good performance by Michael Hunter. Very good win, and this will go a long way to actually sort of shaking that cruiserweight tag. This is a legit heavyweight win for Michael Hunter. And he said in the post-fight that he did want to stop Hunter, but overall he was pleased with his performance. And he has called out Alexander Povetkin. He wants to fight him in Saudi Arabia on the Ruiz and Joshua undercard at the end of the year on December 7th. So there has been a little bit of, sort of scuttlebutt online that the winner of this fight may end up having a fight with Povetkin on that undercard, but we shall see. And I actually quite like that fight for Michael Hunter. I think some of the things he was able to do well here against against Sergey Kuzmin, he will be able to do against Alexander Povetkin, although Povetkin is not quite as slow and lumbering as Kuzmin proved to be tonight. But very good performance by Michael Hunter. He's ranked across all 4 sanctioning bodies. He takes the Intercontinental title from Sergey Kuzmin, and he will climb up the WBA rankings. Kuzmin was 5th, or is 5th in those rankings. Hunter a few slots down, but Hunter overall should see his stock rise across the board. And I would like to see him in the ring again in 2019. And if it is against Alexander Povetkin, it's a very good fight. And I think a lot of people, on the strength of this performance and just how Michael Hunter is tracking, would pick him to potentially beat Alexander Povetkin, who is 40 years old now, not in his prime, but still a tough challenge. And if he could get a fight with Povetkin and get a win over Povetkin, really that would solidify him as one of the top heavyweight contenders in the division. What do you make of it all? Michael Hunter waltzes to a lopsided decision against Sergey Kuzmin, advances to 18-1. Drop a comment, loud and often. Hit like, hit subscribe. Follow me on Twitter, boxing_squared. I'm out.